Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into the core ideas from True Intelligence by Noucair B. This is really a blueprint for anyone who's tired of just talking about big ideas and is ready to actually build something that lasts.
So let's just jump right in with a question that probably hits close to home for a lot of us. Do you ever feel like you're part of a team, or maybe even a whole society that's just moving at lightning speed, but has absolutely no idea where it's going? The book kicks off with this exact paradox. We live in a world that has all the speed you could want, but it's somehow paralyzed, totally lacking in real direction.
And the author gives this feeling a name, the crisis of half-intelligence. This isn't just about being overwhelmed with emails and notifications. No, it's something deeper, a fundamental imbalance that causes these brilliant world-changing ideas to just fizzle out into total chaos when it's time to execute.
So what exactly is half-intelligence? Well, think of it like this. It's the giant gap between our ability to move incredibly fast, that's our technological speed, and our wisdom to actually know where we should be going. That's our depth. The book makes a pretty bold claim that this imbalance is the #1 reason why visionary projects and sometimes even whole companies end up collapsing under their own momentum.
Okay, so how do we fix this mess? The book's answer is actually pretty surprising. It's not about slowing down. It's about taking all that speed and fusing it with something much, much more powerful: depth. And here it is, the core idea of the entire book summed up in one simple equation. True intelligence equals speed multiplied by depth. Now, pay close attention to that little multiplication sign because it is everything. This isn't speed plus depth. They have to amplify each other. Think about it. If your speed is 100, but your depth is 0, what do you get? 0. It means that without both, real meaningful progress is literally impossible. This slide just lays out the two ways to fail perfectly. On the one hand, you have depth without speed. That's the brilliant plan that just sits on a shelf collecting dust. All theory, no action. Then on the other side, you've got speed without depth. And that's just, well, it's a super efficient race to the wrong finish line. You're just burning through resources to build something useless. Either way, you get nowhere.
So we get the theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we build this engine of speed and depth in the real world? Well, the book gives us a super practical toolkit. It's called the Aligned Execution Blueprint, and it's all built on 3 simple but absolutely non-negotiable rules.
The first tool is what the author calls the 10-year filter. It's a way to just aggressively eliminate noise. Before you do anything, and I mean anything, big or small, you have to ask yourself this exact question. And if the answer isn't an instant, obvious yes, then that task is considered noise and you've got to get rid of it. It's a brutal but effective way to force every single action you take to be in service of the long-term vision. All right, rule number 2 is the 50-50 investment rule. This one tackles a classic mistake we've all seen, right? A company spends a fortune on shiny new tech, the hard assets, but completely forgets about the people who have to actually use it, the soft assets. The rule is simple. For every single dollar you spend on tools and tech, you must invest another dollar in your people, their training, and the culture. This makes sure you're actually building real capability, not just buying a bunch of new gadgets.
And the final tool is this amazing zero-waste system for learning called the Capture and Reinvest cycle. The big idea here is that failure isn't a loss. It's just really, really expensive data that you've already paid for. So you execute quickly, you capture everything that went wrong, you analyze it to find the one core lesson, and then you immediately reinvest that new wisdom into the very next thing you do. It's a feedback loop that just keeps compounding, making you smarter and more efficient with every single action.
Okay, so we have the engine, we have the blueprint, but what's it all for? What's the point? The book argues that mastering true intelligence isn't just about making your company more profitable or making you more successful. It's about something way bigger. It's about building a legacy.
The book calls this the mandate of the wolf pack. And the idea is that real intelligence, true intelligence, isn't about being the lone wolf who succeeds all by themselves. It's about leading with so much clarity and purpose that you actually create a path for everyone else to follow, lifting up your entire team, your industry, your whole wolf pack.
And that brings us to this final, really powerful thought. The book asks us to completely reframe how we think about our work. What if every single project, every decision, every little action wasn't just for you right now? What if it was all part of a scaffold that you're leaving behind so that the next generation can stand on it to build something even greater? So let me just leave you with that. What would you build differently starting tomorrow?